Greetings, Gigantals, and this is my first Let's Cook with Gigantals video. Or Cooking with Gigantals video, still working on the name. Anyway, this is my second attempt at this, because last time I tried making it, I used the wrong thing and the battery ran out, and I missed half the thing with it, but let's hope this one goes better. So for this video, I'll be making spaghetti bolognese, as you Brits would call it. I just call it spaghetti and mince. This is what my mother taught me, and I'll be basically using my mother's recipe. Thing to note, okay? I don't know how much I actually add stuff. For example, this, like, oh look, you see, I've got to make the sauce for the bolognese, so I just add some oil. Now, I don't know, sorry, I don't know if I add too much, because my mother never gave me instructions on how much stuff I need to add when making this, right? And look, you know, we're gonna add some onion granules, right? So, oh yeah, I forgot, it solidifies. There you go. Yeah, so I have no clue how much stuff to add, so I may be adding stuff wrong, and my mum's gonna email me or something after this saying, you added too much of this, you added too much of that, you're gonna get sick or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've got my mince currently defrosting in the microwave. It's gonna take a little bit to defrost, because my dad, he brought mince that was significantly more than what we normally have. So I've got a huge amount of mince to cook. Okay, so that's some Italian herb seasoning. This is some garlic. This is a garlic Italian seasoning. Okay, so I may end up killing myself with all these spices. I don't know. It's literally just mess around until you get something right. And if I'm alive by the end of all this, then I know I've cooked something right. So, oh yeah, I've got to let that one out a little bit. Because the problem is that the oil is too thick, right? So it's not picking up any of the spices. And then I need to add, actually, I'm going to add a little bit more just in case. That mince is still defrosting. It's a huge amount of mince. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Alright? Oh, besides, you know, there's another good thing about the series that I'm able to, you know, I talk when I'm busy cooking. Because normally I sit in silence, other than when I'm talking with two very important people to me. Actually, I won't call it people. I mean, would you call my two cacti? No, would you call my three cacti important? I mean, you know, when I'm bored, I just sit there and talk to them. You know, nothing crazy about that whatsoever. Yeah, I just need to wait for that to cook a little bit. I can't cook the pasta yet because it's going to take too long. Oh. Yeah. Okay. It's going to get very loud, guys, okay? Yeah, because while this thing's heating up, it's going to get very loud, because I'm going to turn on the fan in a minute, because otherwise the smoke alarm's going to go off, and I don't want that to happen. Right, nah, I don't think that's, is that done? Let's see. It's been here for almost 10 minutes. Yeah, look how much mince that is. That's a huge amount, right? And that is still frozen. Yeah, I'm just gonna break it up into little pieces to help it, because this is a huge piece of mince. Okay, absolutely huge. This is like 1.5 times the size we normally get. But you know, I'm a growing lad, so I'll just let that cook. Well, so I'm a growing lad, so I'm just gonna get more. I'm currently using a new stand that my dad got me, which is good, because normally I would just have my phone propped up against a bunch of books when it's doing webcam for gaming, or when I'm busy like doing like the audio for some educational video. I just especially when you see the face, I'm just basically holding the phone in my hands, or it's on my computer, and I'm just talking into it while doing last minute research through it. So you know, now I feel a bit more professional with my own sound. Yeah, that smells nice. You know this little hole here, right? Okay. That's for two things. One, hanging up the saucepan, and two, for doing that. I didn't realize this until I read a post on Pinterest, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And and I went to see if it fit, and it fit. Obviously, it's going to be a bit harder if I applied something like that because it's smaller, but you know, point was that was a significant discovery for me. Made things a little bit easier. Okay, so what you can see from me, this is going to be, I'll be making the bolognese sauce of this. So I've got some Italian tomato passata. I've got some tomato puree. Okay, is that done? Sorry. I'll just take a little bit. I'll turn up the temperature a little bit more. No, I'll let the defrost for a little bit longer. It's a huge amount of mince. I had to emphasize that. I put in for. So this thing is about going to take like 30 minutes to properly defrost, so it's big. Yep, that's warming up because now it's getting all very liquidy. Yeah, there's some sort of sauce. Basically, this thing is too liquidy. Like I pour. Yeah, okay, we have to turn on the fan. I hope you can hear me. Anyway, so this thing is too liquidy. This thing is too liquidy. So basically, what I would do is I'll normally put. What I'll do is I'll normally put half of this in here, and the problem was there was too much water, and I'm just going to let that sit like that until the mince comes. And so what happened was this when I made the mince. When I had my plate of food, like all spaghetti and everything, I'd find this pool of water at the bottom of the bowl because there was just so much water within this, and I ended up having to try and drain some of that during the process of cooking to stop it making my meal into a stew. And so my dad said, okay, well, how about we try this? So I got the puree instead, and what I ended up doing is I had this, but then I also had a bunch of this to help try and dry it out, and then I still have to drain a little bit more, but it's. You know, I've solved that problem, which is a good thing. I'm just waiting for this meat to finish. Obviously, I won't be recording the whole time in this video because it takes over an hour to make this. And the process of cooking the mince itself takes over an hour, so definitely can't. I don't have the time or battery life for that. I'm just gonna show you how I make this stuff because I'm running out of ideas for stuff on my channel. Because this should be quicker to make technically than educational videos. I mean, you know, I have to research them, write scripts, record the audio, make the presentation, make sure everything fits, add music. You know, if you guys can hear me, that would be a miracle because it is very loud right now. Yeah, that's cooking. I can smell it. Well, it's cooking a little bit. That's fine. I don't mind it cooking a little bit. I meant to add more spices just in case that's not enough. Yeah, so it takes typically 30 minutes to properly defrost. And it's just a waiting game, really. Last time I had one of these, right? You didn't see it because the camera cut out halfway through. Yeah, my last attempt at this. There was a little bit left. I was squeezing as hard as I could. Right now, for some reason, I was doing it like this, and I fired it, and it hit, and it ended up splattering all over here, and on my shirt, and on my pajamas too, which was a lot of fun. Yep, that's much better now. So that's liquidy. I can add this in. I need a fork. There's a fork. I'll just put you this. And let's be careful because this thing is a bit liquidy still. So, oh yeah, that's the right amount to pick up with a fork, given the sheer size of this thing. You know, when you're handling beef and you're a bit nervous about whether or not you're going to drop it. Well, handling raw meat in general. I don't want to add all this liquid in. It looks horrible. Look at all that liquid. That looks absolutely horrible. Yeah, because there's part of this liquid, the other liquid in the mince also contributes to that soup I used to get when I made this stuff. I'd make this stuff because of the amount of food I'd end up having. Like, you know, I could divide a packet of mince into 2 meals. I would end up having this around twice a week. Especially because I'd only use a half of the thing of passata, and because the thing is such a short open life, especially especially when you open it. Oh, I did drop one. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Because it's such a short life, especially when you open it, I have to say, okay, fine, and I have to eat it twice. I have to eat twice to make sure I use it all. You know, I'm going to have to probably add more spices to this thing. So, right. I don't know how much to add, I'm just going to add until I can get it. Okay. So I'm going to add some more of you. Okay, stay. Some more of you. And some more of you. Don't tell anymore. Again, if this kills me, then I know it's bad. Otherwise, it's fine. I just may smell like garlic for a few days. This thing needs more. I'm talking about adding too much water. I'm talking about how moist this thing is, and I now have to. There's too much water in this, and now I'm adding stuff to try and hydrate. You know, everything goes wrong in front of the camera, as any presenter can tell you. Yeah, this seems to be okay. It seems to be half cooked already, which is good because then that means I can add this stuff. So, okay, I need a pair of scissors. This is my pair of scissors. You have to assemble them to do anything. Nope, I put them on the wrong way around. There you go. Please, come on, cut. Thank you, cut. Thank you. And I had to put this in to get this thing out, otherwise I end up getting my hand full of tomato stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So add around half of that. Okay, just going to stir that in to stop the bottom burning. Right. How much is half of it? Let me see. A little bit more. Yeah, that's about half. Okay. So that's that done, right? But you see, here's the problem now. Look at that. That looks very liquidy. Actually, that may be because of the sheer size of mince. Maybe half the thing isn't sufficient enough anymore. Which is why I'm happy I have this. Oh yeah, I am.
The established.
Okay, that gave way a little quicker than I thought it would. Can I tell you? There you go. Right, now I've got a hole. I've got to push from the back. And this does help with the moisture and the flavor and everything. I can tell you that. I've used it a couple of times and it really does help. I mean, maybe you guys would prefer, when you have this sort of stuff, you prefer it a little less, you prefer it with more sauce or whatever. Me, I'm not too much of a fan of the sauce. I like the meat itself. How's that smell? Don't make sure my head doesn't get in the food. That smells lovely. Okay. Okay, I have to be careful. Okay? Just add a little bit more just in case. Now, I would normally add red cooking wine to this sauce to help with the flavour. Problem is, I ran out and I can't find any more. I've got to use some soy sauce. I forgot the soy sauce last time until halfway through. Fortunately, you weren't watching. Again, I don't know if this is the right amount to add. I'm just adding on instinct. And either my taste buds are all dead, or I keep hitting this smack on brilliant every time. That was a weird phrase. I'm never going to use it again. It sounded horrible. Okay. So, that's that. And now I don't do anything for the next hour. So, okay, so I roughly started that mince and everything at around 1:15. So I have to wait almost 45 minutes before I can do anything else. Maybe 40 minutes before I start making the pasta, which takes a little bit longer. So I'm just gonna cut out for a little bit, just leave this to simmer for 40 minutes, and hopefully I'll remember to turn this camera on when I'm preparing for spaghetti, so we can see how everything's going. I'm just gonna come back to this every few minutes to make sure, I'm stirring and this it's not burning or whatever. Everything, making sure it's all good, and hopefully there won't be fluid. So a lot of excess fluid. So I'll see you then on the other side of 40 minutes. See, you guys are time travelers, and I'm back, comrades. And whoa, what is with that light? That is red, not pink, as this camera is suggesting. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, there you go. Anyway, so not much really happened, guys, while I was gone. Just been letting this cook. I tried draining it to remove some of the liquid, and it's good now. And I'm going to do something in my hair. It smells nice. Just making the spaghetti now. Got my spaghetti. Problem is, this is horrible spaghetti. This is quick cook spaghetti. I don't know why I got this one, but it's horrible. It's like noodle thin. Okay, I mean I have to finish that now since I started it, but yeah, the last 40 minutes or so have been very weird for me. I've been checking out my Facebook pages. Very weird stuff. Yeah. Yep, I'm not even going to get into that stuff, at least not now. Just waiting. I mean, I set it to boil, and water takes a while to boil, because what is it? The specific heat capacity of water is 4.182 joules every gram. Which is one of the reasons why water is so important, because it could be used to help moderate temperatures. Especially when especially the oceans. The oceans will help moderate the planet's temperature because they absorb so much heat and release it, and it takes a huge amount of heat to warm them up. But I'm just gonna wait for that. Oh wait, yeah. So it does the trick my dad taught me. Basically, you add some salt. I don't know if I added too much salt there, but I just know that salt helps lower the activation energy. Well, not that. Okay, sorry, this isn't a chemical reaction here. Salt helps lowers the boiling point of water slightly, so this thing should start boiling sooner, and I can boil this quick cooked spaghetti, which is very quick cooking. I'll say that. It's very quick cooking. Actually, let me get that color down. Oh, hello! It was
weird. I was looking at the camera, right? And I was like, wait, you can see my hand, you can't see my face. And then the TV changed the screen there. I was like, oh, look, there's light. Hey, how do you do it? Okay. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to might as well dry some dishes because I need the room. Just let that boiler cook. You guys, how you guys are cooking? Are you better than me? Do you buy quick cook spaghetti too? Or for some reason enjoy it? Because you're weird? I don't know. What other stuff should I cook on my channel? I do cook stuff, okay? This is one of the things I cook. I'll say this is one of the main things I cook. The one problem I do have is just how much washing up it takes. Because I've got a huge amount of stuff basically to clean because of this. But, you know, I do cook other stuff, and I'd like to know what you guys want me to cook, because I'll try it. I will try cooking. It may take a little bit to get proper practice done. I mean, I've mastered bacon, as you've seen by now. Okay. I'm just going to move you slightly so I can open the cupboard to put this away behind you, because this phone here is right in front of a cupboard. Hold on. There you go. There you go. And that's almost boiling, I can see it. So, what this thing keeps shaking. So what do you guys want me to cook? Because I will cook it if I can. Not sure exactly what though. I mean, I stick to a small range of food really, because it's quick, and you know I don't really have too much time to make stuff usually. I just want to stick to my strict schedule. There's a lot of liquid in this. I'm gonna do my magic technique to drain it. I'll be right back. And voila! There's my magic trick, everyone. It's better drained now, which is good. I don't like soggy mince, if that's such a thing. I'm gonna add my. I don't know. I mean, because this has got a little bit more to cook after this, and this is gonna cook really quickly. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit for that. You guys will see what I mean when I say this thing cooks quickly, because it really does cook quickly. Obviously it's going to be faster for you, because you won't be here this whole time when I'm busy making my stuff. Which is fortunate for you. You just get to see the end result. You don't have to sit here and put up with all the cleaning and cooking and everything. Okay, I'm just going to add this in. Look how thin these strands are. These are like noodles. My hair is probably thicker than that. And last time when I had this, I had this last night, and I've realized just how bad it was. I made some, and then I realized that I didn't make enough, because that's how small this stuff is. This spaghetti is very, very small. You know, this mince is probably going to make up for the size. Yeah, I can get around maybe 3 meals out of this sort of stuff, but I would normally mix and match between spaghetti things, especially if it's the same packet. But because this is quick cooking, it's really going to mess it up if I add that with normal spaghetti, add that with proper spaghetti, which takes a little bit longer to cook, but it's actually decent. Now what, this thing, when it's done, is going to look like noodles. That's how thin this is. It's ridiculous. Nope, that's the wrong input. Upgrade. Oh yeah, of course, you didn't hear the explanation, did you? Yeah, because I did it in my last video, but the thing phased out, so you didn't hear. Okay, so the explanation basically, if you can hear me, is that this is what spaghetti looks like, right? And then you're putting water and boiling, it looks like, you know, it's all soft and strandy, right? Okay, the reason why is because this stuff has a lot of starch in it. And that's what makes this water cloudy when you boil it. Okay, and starch, it's a carbohydrate chain, okay? It's insoluble, which is why it forms a big cloud. It's basically, you have all the starch floating in the water. But what happens is, when you boil, okay, so the structure of starch, basically, it's basically these long chains of, so basically, the structure of spaghetti, okay, on the very small scale, is you have these long chains of carbohydrates, right? And the other stuff you use to make it. But basically, it's long chains of stuff. And when you, and what happens is when you look at spaghetti beyond those strands, you see that there are these like, okay, imagine these are two strands of spaghetti, right? Okay. You'll find that there are links between the two of them, so you have like almost like a ladder effect. And what happens is that all these, with this ladder effect, basically connects all the strands of spaghetti constituents together, right? Makes them to very strong bonds. They're stuck together, and they're very firm, which is why it's brittle. When you bend it, they break instead of bending too much. When you boil spaghetti and other pastas too, when you boil that, water, well, they become hydrolyzed, and basically water breaks some of those bonds. You know, breaks the hydrogen bonds, and so it breaks those bonds, and it ends up breaking up the starch. And those basically those rungs between those in the ladder end up breaking apart, which allow for spaghetti to become bendy. And which is that's why if you leave a pasta boiling too long, it then becomes mush. And that's because although there's cross-linking strands, those bonds are weak, and you can see the rest of the ladder, the parallel ones running parallel to each other, they're very strong. They are strong to a certain degree. They too will eventually succumb to the water if you leave them too long. And that's why you've got to be careful when you do cook pasta. You don't cook it for too long, otherwise you get mush. That's why you put spaghetti and stuff in. You put pasta in water to help break those bonds, to make it softer. And by boiling it, you increase the rate of reaction, so it cooks faster. I mean, if you just left that in cold water, it would eventually break apart, but it would take a very long time. Yeah, that's science for supper right there. Just why spaghetti and pasta needs to be boiled. Alright guys, so this thing is probably done actually. Let me just check. I won't be surprised if the thing was done already. Let's see. I mean, it's only been a few minutes, really. I'll put the timing on the video when I'm done. Hold on. Yeah, that's almost done. Seriously, that's how quick it happens. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just move this guy, because I need to get everything I need to eat now. Okay, hold on. There you go. Yeah, you guys are going to see how fancy I can be with my food. Because I know it may not look much, but I like my food, and I want to make sure that it's done properly. Come on. Seriously, this thing cooks quickly, sometimes it feels like it doesn't cook enough. See, look how thin that is. That's like noodles. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't realize it. Okay. My stove has a thing in which it turns off. Right? After I think after every half hour, my stove automatically turns off to make sure no one leaves stuff cooking for long periods of time. I mean, it does make sense, but it does bug me sometimes. Especially when I try to cook something like this, and I spend a bit of time away from it, and then
And then I come back and find out it hasn't been cooking for the last 5 minutes. I mean, it's warm, so you know it'll be fine. It should be fine, but you know, because it is a little buggy.
Okay, and I'm back here. Well, let's see if this thing is finally done. Just keep in mind, I've been cooking this thing for over an hour now. Okay, I'm hungry. Yep, that's done.
Like I said, quick pasta cooks, quick spaghetti cooks very quick. Now, I'll be right back after I finish preparing supper, and I'll show you just what the whole thing looks like when finished. And here we are, comrades. We have Bolognese, they're Gigantals. As you can see, this is quite a big dish. I had to use 2 of my infinity cheeses to make this. It looks a bit heavy with the greens, but me and my dad are having a talk a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about my diet, and we basically said, you know, you should eat more greens. It's like, okay. And I said, okay. Well, okay, we all said okay. And then I decided, you know, I'll put this up. I just add more greens to my pasta, which I eat a lot. Yeah, so that's the first episode of Cooking Gigantals done. Bolognese, they're Gigantals. Hope you guys like it, and let me know if there's any other food you want me to try in the comments. Please like this video if you like it, and please do share my videos, and please subscribe to my channel so you can see more of this content. Please ring the bell to keep updated with my Cooking the Gigantal series, and see you next video, comrades, in which we'll be cooking something else. I don't know what, but I'll find something. See you next video, comrades. Until then.